Hey guys, so it is that time of year where there are a lot of us that are getting ready for the upcoming spring season, like me up in Indiana where I'm at right now, because can't do a whole lot of fishing because most places are iced over right now or are beginning to thaw out to be able to go fish a little bit. So as I am preparing for the upcoming season, I thought I would share with all of you something that most of you probably don't know how to do, and that is how to spool up your baitcaster. I'm gonna kind of walk you through what I do, the knot, the whole 9 yards, and then get into it. But first, before we do all that, I want to show you the what I use, the knot I use wise to start everything on my baitcaster. But I don't want to do it online because it's not really easy for you guys to see. I have something else I'm going to show you in a second, so let's go ahead and get on down to it. So this right here is the baitcaster that we're going to be spooling up right here. This right here is known as the line guide. So you can tell as I'm reeling the reel, spinning the reel, it goes back and forth. All right, so the line guide is where you're going to run the line through. You want it to go around the spool, and then you got to run it back through that way through the line guide. Okay, all right, so I am going to show you guys the knot that I use for starting everything on my baitcaster with this rope right here first, mainly because it's going to be a lot easier for you to see the knot that I'm going to tie instead of you trying to look and see, just because, you know, fishing line is very, very thin. It's kind of hard to see. Let's say, example wise, this is your spool of line. This is the line coming off of the spool down to the end of it. I usually do the bottom eyelet instead of going all the way down. That's just for me. But you've ran the line all the way down through your rod to the reel, which we have here. You put it through the line tie, under and back up through the spool to go back through the line tie. Now, I pull out about, let's say about this much right here. Here's the part that's on the spool. There's the bite that's on the spool. So then what I actually do is I tie basically a stopper knot on that I would to do it. And what a stopper knot is, it's a climbing term used as a backup for like a figure eight or bowling where you're climbing or anything like that, because I got multiple years of climbing. And this is how you do it. It's actually really, really simple. If you notice how I'm holding it in my left hand with my thumb out pointing the way of the rope right there. So I go around, again, and then I go actually a third time. All right, so you see how it forms like kind of like an X right here. Go back around, and then take this end and follow it through your thumb, and then cinch it down. I actually think this might be a slip knot. That's the knot I tie, just because it's easy to have it through the line tie, the line guide, and then to bring it back down and cinch it. So now let's get to how you will need to tie up, spool the line onto your baitcaster. Couple things, you can do it not on a rod, but I do have the rod that I'm actually going to keep this reel starting to keep it on. So I'm going to tie it, sink it down. Now I'm going to take my line and I'm going to take some of it off first. And instead of starting out all the way at the very end and going all the way down, I usually just start right here. All right, so I do the bottom eyelet right there through tight line guide like so. And most baitcasters will have these little holes right here that will help you with what we're trying to do right now. Feed it through that right here. Now I'm going to spin the reel slightly to where it goes under and through the spool. So now we have that bite like I showed you. The end right here, and go back through the line guide. Here's where you need to make that knot. Again, we are going to take, and I'm going to do just like I did on that rope. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. The thing about fishing line versus that rope, this is a much smaller diameter, so you have to get your thumb out of here but kind of keep it at pressure at the same time. So I will usually take the end, and you know this part of your thumb right there that's between the nail and your finger, I will get that line to kind of go through there, and then cinch it down. Now I have a whole lot of tags, so I will take my scissors. I'm not going to snip it all the way there, but I'm going to snip it just enough, and then pull it tight on there. Something else you could possibly do, I don't like doing it anymore because I don't think it's going to be an issue, is I will take some Scotch tape or a little piece of electrical tape and tape that down as an extra added layer of security. I have tied on. I keep my fingers here on the line to add that little bit of pressure, and I just really just start spooling and reeling it up like so. Now I'm not going to spool it up all the way up to the top, because that could actually cause issues later with some backlashing if I over spool it. I'm actually just going to do probably about 3/4 of the reel, and right there, and that's about 3/4 of the reel right here. That way I have enough room for my finger to on there to put some pressure from casting it. Simple. All right, so that is how you spool up your bait caster. And again, like I said, that's how you do it. It's really simple. Now, best of luck to all of you this 2024 season. Get out there. I hope you catch your personal best this year. Get on some big old fat sallies. And if you enjoyed this little tip video, drop a comment down below. Let me know. If you enjoyed it, I'll do more of these in the future. And until next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys back on the water. Bye. Love you.